and today we have Lateef Adedimeji. I'm sure that if you love Nollywood, you must have watched or heard about Lisabi. They're going to be talking about
Lateef and his beautiful
wife, Bimpe. Lateef is a graduate of the Obafemi Olabisi Onabanjo University, where he earned a bachelor degree in mass comm. Where Bimpe is a graduate of English from Ekiti State University. Lateef, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let's start this way. A lot of people will wonder why, when a lot of people, you are not, I don't classify you as an old man yet, although you are over 40. But a lot of people will wonder that when you were thinking of making a big movie, you probably settle to do a feel good movie. But surprisingly, you decided to do an historical biopic. What brought that idea?
Thank you. For me, I'm so big on culture. I'm so big on Asha Tishe, which is very key. And then I know how much we Nigerians in this part of the world, I know how much we celebrate heroes of the global world. And then what happens to our own heroes? And we have a whole lot of them here that even we as Nigerians, we don't even know their history. We don't know their story. We don't know nothing about them. So I feel it's high time we start telling those stories of those people. And then when I did, after Anyela, which is a biopic, about the first biopic that I did, I came to that conclusion of telling biopic stories of people who are alive that have contributed a whole lot to the society, or those that are gone that we don't even know about them. So I know after Anyela, I did about 4 other biopics of people. I did the one for the sitting president. I did Ige. So I've done biopics of people that are living. I've done about 3 of people that are living. And then Anyela is the first one about somebody that is no more. And Lisabi is the second about someone that is no more. And Lisabi is quite big, bigger than Anyela. He's more like a liberator. That is the person
I actually went to Lisabi Grammar School.
Oh, Shotapari. Because that is the person that gave Egba the very first independence. It was the war that Lisabi fought that stopped the Owori tax thing. And that was the very first independence for the people of Egba. So I feel we should tell the story. For me, I don't even know who Lisabi was as well until I started making the research. I just know that they will say Egba Omo Lisabi, Egba Omo Lisabi. Who is this Lisabi? I thought it's one Orisha or something. But when I digged into the story and I realized that this is somebody that lived and did all of these things, I thought, let's tell the story. And I'm glad a lot of people are accepting it. For so many people that do not know who Lisabi was, they are getting to know that this is a real person and this is the reality.
Okay, for me, I want to find out first and foremost, if yourself and Bimpe decided, to shoot Lisabi, or it was your idea, then she bought into it. That's one. And secondly, I don't know if you were both involved in the casting of characters, because I'd like to know what informed each person, that played each character. For instance, Macaroni, who played your bosom friend in the film, like Shokeno,
Yeah.
and almost everybody. I'd like to know what informed each character and the people who played those characters.
Yeah, from the very beginning, we have a film that we wanted to shoot at first, but I thought I've done something that is from Ogun State, which is Anyela.
Yes.
I feel I should still go back home and do one more if at all I'm going to move ahead into telling some other stories. So when I told her about Lisabi, she was skeptical at first, but I said, this is a story that would go. This is a biopic. And then she loves the idea of me doing a biopic. I'm trying to create myself and create a niche for myself in that line.
Okay.
And just do biopics of people that have been, those that are no more, and all of that, And she was like, it's not a bad idea. Let's try it. And then that's how she bought into the idea. Okay, let's do Lisabi now. No problem. If that is what you want to do. I know when you are bent on something, there is something about it that you want to bring out. So, and then we went ahead. Yes, the casting, was her, myself, and then Nia Kimolayan, the director. And from the very set, from the onset, when we thought about the Olori Larry, from the writing the story, we know and we're certain that it was going to be Ibrahim Chatta. Because I know that who can pull that character for me, it's just about him. So from the onset, I knew it was going to be Ibrahim. Mm-hmm. From other characters, I and Debo, we have very close relationship. Okay. And then for me to flow, because if we go back to Anila, you will see that it's the same same line of friendship. And then, because it will just flow naturally. And then we need people to feel that love between them for them to be able to feel whatsoever that is going to happen between them eventually. So, Debo and some other cast, you should also talk, because she is the producer. She is the producer. She is the storyteller. She knows that she's good when it comes to storytelling. Okay. I'm not as good as her when it comes to storytelling. I just want to, let me just produce, let me look for money, produce it, bring the script to me, I'll be your actor. Basically. That's the line.
Okay, so over to her.
Like you said, choosing Uncle Ibrahim has been since when we came up with the story. Because personally, I'm a big fan of Uncle Ibrahim. And I feel like I've never worked with him personally. I was like, finally, there's a chance to work with Uncle Ibrahim closely. So, and then the character, you can tell, you've seen the movie, you can tell he killed it. So we knew that, it was either Uncle Ibrahim or nobody else. So that was for, Uncle Ibrahim. And Debo Macaroni, obviously, is very close with my husband in real life. They are very close. It was his best man for our wedding. So they are very close. And we knew that for this role, we needed somebody that is very close with him. Like, people can relate with the character and with the friendship. And that was why we chose Debo. I think that's about the... Okay,
now, within 24 hours of the movie being released, the movie became #1 movie in Nigeria.
Yes.
But there have been a lot of review, both positive, negative, and then a lot of people who are outside Nigeria, like my children, are upset that they can't watch the movie yet. How does that make you feel that the movie is making so much? First, how do you handle the reviews? How did he eat you? I know how it is when you work so hard, because I'll give you an example. I remember when we did Born in Ijebu, and then the following morning I woke up and somebody wrote what did not even happen, and that was what everybody was now reporting.
Wow.
You understand? You finish an event late and you wake up, and then you see a lot of people have called you and everybody was sending the same story. So I can imagine how you feel when you wake up. You are first of all happy that the movie became #1 within 24 hours, and then you're now seeing the review. Some critics are out of to make you better, and some, I would say, are bad better one way or the other. How did you take it?
It is normal. So we took it well. We were expecting it.
None hit you negative, right?
Not really.
That made you to rethink that.
Okay, the only thing I would say is, as a producer, you have to check. I was telling him, I think last night, I said, the only reason I'm reading all this thing is to, take notes for next time. Some will open your eyes to things that you didn't even know. Some make sense, but some are just talking. So for me, I would say, I picked my pen and paper, writing down some sensible ones. So that's it. You learn better.
Okay. I noticed one thing while watching Lisabi, because I don't want all our conversation to be around Lisabi. However, it is what is...
question. They will now move on.
Okay then. So, I noticed there was quite a uniform speaking language, which is the Egba language. Right. Yes, the Oyo thing is becoming a norm now. Everybody wants to speak the Oyo Yoruba. But I loved the fact that everybody represented in the Egba community actually had to speak that I was most surprised when Kelvin, Ikeduba, actually had to string words in Egba language. Was it that you had a coach, for these people? Because I watched till the end. I was waiting for them to falter in that. Because, you can't talk about Lisabi and expect mide.
Yes.
What did you do?
Yeah,
did you get like a coach to?
Yeah, we had like two people who are always on ground for every major character. Even because we know it was going to be a problem if you cannot speak Egba and we now had to force you to speak it. You get to be speaking the wrong thing. But there are some certain words that once you say it, people can tell that it's Egba. So we make sure that all of those key words, people get it correctly. So we had coaches on set all the way down. Before each scene, they will listen to you. They will tell you, okay, tobale sele soile legba, tobale sele soile legba, like that. Because it's an Egba story. It won't make sense for us to be telling an Egba story and we are speaking another that at issue that our lesson here, So we have to pay attention to all of these things to bring it to life,
Okay. Our final question on Lisabi before we move to other things in Nollywood. I was not at the premiere, but I saw a video in which, at the premiere, when you were giving your speech, in which you were apologizing to some people. Do you want to talk about that?
Apologizing? Oh, okay. When you're shooting a big project, while calling you, there's no way. There are a lot of people that love to be on
the set
in the film that weren't able to make it, that weren't able to be there because the time is not just working. And then I can't move my time in to work with yours because I have a particular time that I need to shoot and I just need to go ahead and film. So in some situations like that, there are some actors that could not meet up with the time that I had to be like, we need to move forward. Look for somebody else. We need to move forward. Look for somebody else. Because if I wait, it will delay the shoot. It can cause a whole lot of things for the shoot. So we just have to keep moving. So that we get to do what we have to do. But it's a success story. So we have to do just like that to make sure that everybody is, we try to carry everybody along, but some couldn't make it. Some couldn't meet up with it, but it's not a problem. That's why we have to just be like, apologies for people that couldn't make it. Apologies, it's just a normal thing to be done.
Okay, now, moving on now. I want to ask you, how did the two of you meet?
Me and who?
You and your wife.
After how many years?
Yeah, how did you meet? A lot of people, I'm sure, are curious to know.
Okay, we met on set. I met her on a set. But the first day I met her, because she saw me, she couldn't greet me. I saw point blank. I told her point blank that day. and I just walked away. That's me. Because Yoruba ren toju e lo wa ki. Oh, ni wuwa baje kan ti o leto, And I just did that. I just walked away. So I think she was going to shoot a second film. And then they called me for the film. I would always ask question, who is the producer? They said, so
you actually remember that name?
I remember.
You are getting it now.
Oh no, and then they paid my money and I went on set. And for me, once I get to work, no matter who you are, no matter what it is work now. I just face my work. And I realized that I got on set and I had to, for me, I'm going to be acting with you alongside you. And she was the first person I called. Hey, how are you? Don't worry. Don't fidget. Don't do nothing. I'm sure you can do this. We can work on this together and we'll achieve a good film and all of that. And that's it. And then we started filming. And that's where we became friends. And the rest is history.
Okay, so I would infer from Lisabi, then get back to real life.
Right.
She was your love interest
in Lisabi. Right.
Despite the fact that another lady, liked you, but she was your love interest. And in real life, obviously, she's your wife.
Right.
What necessitated that rule that she had to be your love interest? I'm just curious. Is Is it for the money to remain in the family?
It's not a role. Oh. That wasn't a role. I dumped the role on her 2 days to the day we were going to start shooting. It was just a situation of actor could not make it. And I cannot wait. And I cannot look for another actor. And be like, instead of you playing the role that you want to play before, oh, Lowosho, you play this role. I can't wait no more. And then even if you play the role, I will save money again. So I beg, jump on the role. Because we've been rehearsing, we've been doing fight stunts and all of that. She's just been a ginger. More like, let me not put too much load on you. I'm executive producer, I'm supposed to be producing, and then I can't put all of the load on me. So you take some of the load. Continue with the load thing. So she was basically doing all of that. But at a point, the show must go on. That is theater. And then when I told her, you have to play this role, she said, no, I cannot. Oh. I don't think I can. You will do it. Oh. We don't have a choice at this stage. We have to move on. And that's how she had to play the role. So it wasn't like from the onset, it was a role. But when the situation is we must go on. So switch, play the role, and then.
And I must confess, she did very well.
Yeah.
No, now my next question is this. Sometime last week, I was with Itele. I was trying to do something together. And he showed me his schedule. And it was scary. And I know that your schedule is as scary as that. We've been on something. You know what I'm talking about. And the person even cried at a stage that, and I said, it's not Lateef's fault now. You are the one that defaulted at the time. You understand? So why I'm asking is this. With that your schedule, how do you still create? Right. How does creativity still come for you to create other things? 1, 2, how do you manage to still be an husband?
Right.
Because when he showed me his schedule, out of the 45 days that we were looking for a day to do something for one company, it was only about 3 days that was free. I saw your name in some of those things, the days you had blocked too. So how are you able to cope?
Right. It's not always easy, but there's a reduction in the way I shoot now. Before now, I don't always have a breathing space, but now I do. But those times that I'm supposed to be resting, I don't try to joke with them because those are the little time that I have to create a lot of things. The luck I have is I married somebody that is also in the same line with me. So that most of the time, I just do things. She tends to notice them and then record me unknowingly to me and then show me later that you did this at this point. Look at this character. Don't you think is what you should build on? Don't you think you should build on this? So that's the luck that I have. I just do my own thing and then she tends to notice and be like, this is another character that you haven't explored before. You should explore this character. And then we'll likely build a story around it and all of that. So most of the time, if I'm on set, once I'm on set and I'm spending more than 3 days and all of that, I'll carry my wife. They come. You are not working. You are not on set. They come. They be in the hotel. I'll go and work. I'll come back at night and I'll meet you there. If she's working like that too, and then if we are close by and our work is at different places, we'll meet at the same hotel. We'll just get the same hotel for the two of us. So go and work, come back at night, we'll meet at the same place. So we've been able to merge it together that way.
Okay. My next question is for Mo. Then I will take a pause from questions. Right. Now, when Lateef actually said he wanted to marry you, knowing that the history of actors, actresses getting married is usually very something that it's just the percentage of it working has been very low. Did it scare you because you were the younger person and you are the woman? Did that scare you that, am I sure I know what I want to do, what I'm doing? Did it at any point scare you? And what made you to feel that, this is it?
Yeah. At first, I was like, no way, because I was scared, obviously, because of the way the industry is. and the way the society is in general. I was so scared. I told him that, no, we can't do this. And then Lateef is a very open person. He made it very easy for me because he told me everything, even the things that would really annoy me. He told me everything. Bí mo ṣe rí leléyìí o. So if you want to marry me, know that this is my past. So he told me everything. There's nothing I would hear that I would say, what am I hearing? I've already heard it from him. So he made it easy.
Okay. Now let's talk about Nollywood generally. Between you guys, you've done about acting, producing. I'm sure between the two of you, you've done about 500 movies now, if not more. You understand? Now, looking ahead, what do you think Nollywood people should be doing?
For me, I think we have gotten to that stage that we need to go out of the box. We need to do it like we really want to do it. A lot of people are here because some just want to be known. For me, I don't just want to be known. Know me for something. Know me for what I do. You know, that's how I want to be. I just don't want to be popular for anything. Just so if you can't remember my name, you should be able to point at the things that I've done and be able to say that, to link up with my name, which makes a lot of sense to me. So that's how we should be thinking now in Nollywood. For me, I've always wanted to do films and all that. She has produced a lot of YouTube films. I've only produced 2 in my entire career. One in 2014. The very first one was in 2007 and the second one was in 2014. That's all. Because I am always of the opinion that I want to do big film. And I don't know how I'm going to work it out, but I have to do it. And if I have to do it, I have to go all out. And when I said I was ready for it, she knew I was ready for it. Because I knew Lisabi was going to be stressful. It was extremely stressful. Because everything on it we practically built everything from scratch. Every set. Because I said I don't want existing villages. If I'm shooting a 17th century thing, then let me build it to fit in to that 17th century. Mm-hmm. And Niyi Akimolayan directing and then working on the post-production, collaborating with them, they understood the vision that we have. And then they were able to, bring it to life. That's how every entertainment person should be thinking in this Nollywood that we have today. Because that's how we can put ourselves on the global map. Now people can start comparing what we do to a bit of what people in the global world do. And that's how it should be. Okay.
Now we're rounding up because we don't have time. And I'm going to ask you one question in 2 ways, and that I want you to answer us in 1 minute.
Right.
The question is this. I'm sure you've heard that they're remaking Things Fall Apart.
Yeah.
And that Idris Elba is playing the lead role. Do you think that it's a slap on Nollywood that no actor can be taken from Nollywood to come and play the role? I was reading somebody just before we entered the studio, and he was saying that will a Nigerian want to make a movie on Obama and then bring a Nigerian actor? You understand? How does that make you to feel? What's your honest opinion about it?
My honest opinion about it is I am sure it is not because we don't have actor that can play that role. I'm sure there is something else. I'm sure it is another thing entirely. I'm sure it may be for market. It may be because they want an acceptance of a global market or something. It cannot be because there is I beg you, if it is that one, they should not even go there. So I'm sure it is simply because maybe there is a feeling that if we use Idris Elba, we will have a global acceptance of the film. But it is never going to be because there is no actor that can deliver that role. No, that's not it.
Okay, finally, please. There's a part 2 for Lisabi.
Yes.
Why?
That's a biopic. We cannot tell the whole story in an hour 45 minutes. And then we're trying to make people be so ready for part 2. It's over. At the time we finish, it's over 4 hours. We have to cut, and there is a limit to what you can cut in a biopic story, so that you don't get to shoot yourself that how come, and that's why we had to do it that way. And then Netflix decided to split it into 2 themselves, and then see the way people are going to accept it and all of that, and that's why we had to do it like that and go with the way they want it to go. And I'm sure this part 1 is nothing compared to
part 2.
Is nothing compared to what is coming in.
Last question, Mobi, please tell us, why should anybody watch Lisabi? Those who have not watched it, tell us.
Watch Lisabi because it's the best movie right now in Nollywood. Yeah, I can say that.
Ẹ̀yin alágbàkó, ten record, ten send kiri lórí Telegram. Aliu. Èèyàn máa ṣàdúrú iṣẹ́ yẹn. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pín kiri lórí Telegram. Ìwọ tọ́wọ́ òfin bá ti bà, because I've been saying it around. Ìwọ tọ́wọ́ òfin bá ti bà, ó máa ṣẹ̀wọ̀n pẹ̀lú tẹ́lọ́rùn ni. Mi dẹ̀ ní gbẹ́bẹ̀. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ fi sórí Telegram, it is either you take it down now, go to Netflix and stream. Thank
you so much, Lateef, for coming. Thank you, Mo, for coming. I will hope that some other time when you have another project where we call you, you will come.